I stole the same thing from a supermarket for at least 5 years.
I was once ejected from a football stadium for having too much fun.
I was once ranked 53rd in the world of Call of Duty.
It's slightly less impressive if only 53 people were playing it at the
Yeah.
time. Left-handedness is illegal in American Samoa.
I have never danced on the internet. I eat rice most days, and my favourite colour is blue. I know that you've met Donald Trump. No, Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton, yeah. Very different man.
Yeah. Similar job.
Similar hobbies.
Both like cigars. Is it related to something real, though?
No, it's fucking nonsense.
No, you're completely ape.
It's fucking nonsense. I just made it up. I'll cut a bit of my thigh off, and you cut a little bit of thigh off, and we'll eat each other's. It's not illegal.
We're not doing that, by the way. Just not even for the podcast.
My life has literally changed in the past 30 seconds.
Mine too. When I read it, I had to think that's ridiculous.
Don't get upset, Baz. It's really not that serious.
It's cheating.
Hello, and welcome to the Mildly Controversial Podcast. This week, we are not only in the same room, but we're out in public, in the wilds.
This is the second time we've done this, isn't it?
Yeah. When I say public...
Oh, no, third time.
Is it?
Yeah, we did the one in Manchester.
We did, yeah. When I say we're in public, we're in a private room in, let's give it a shout, Letterkenny Golf Club. Noreen at Hunter's Bar has let us use, you can't see it because we've stuck a podcast sign up, but this is Bella's Garden Bar. It's only open in the summer, so Noreen has been kind enough to let us use this room. So big shout out to Noreen, Hunter's Bar and Bella's Garden Bar at Letterkenny Golf Club. Lovely food and lots of nice drinks. She hasn't paid us to say that. She just lent us the room.
If there is a lowering of the tone, or no, we're going to raise the tone, aren't we? So we're not too in the gutter.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. Look. All views said on this podcast are our own and definitely not shared by Noreen or anybody at the Letterkenny Golf Club.
Well, there you go.
That's the disclaimer. The shit that's going to come out of our mouths is only our views and our views alone. That being said, what we've got today is we've got a little challenge. We've done this a couple of times before. We call it Battle of the Bullsh1tters. So basically, it's a bit like Would I Lie to You? Or like
Can't use that term, can we?
Two truths. Did I lie to you?
Yeah,
We called it one time, didn't we?
Stolen.
So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to try and bullshit each other, and there are points to be had. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure we've done it twice, and I'm pretty sure it's 1-1. So let's just say it is, because that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1-1. There is a scoring system in place, and if you are listening as opposed to watching, you won't see this, but we've got a high-tech scoring system on the go there.
How much did it cost you to make that?
I stole it off the wife.
Oh, yeah.
So I will. I'll keep a tally of who wins, just to save me putting any decent graphics on it at the end, because it's a pain in the arse enough to edit this without having to put graphics on it as well. So we've got a couple of pints. I don't know when this is going to go out, and I don't know when the one we recorded last night is going to go out. But we did a drunkenly controversial podcast last night. I'm not going to lie. I've had 3/4 of a pint, and I'm on my way to getting back again. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, so the first round of this, we have got 5 separate statements. I'm going to come out with a statement. Baz can ask me 3 questions to grill me on it, and then he has to decide whether what I've said is true or is it in fact a lie.
So if I want to guess straight away, I can just guess.
You can if you want.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you said I have no children, I wouldn't have to ask you any questions.
Yeah, that's very good. That would be a foolish lie for me
Yes.
to go out, seeing as you've been staying at my house since Friday night.
Yeah, I've known you a couple of years now.
Yes, and yeah, we know each other quite well. So, if you correctly guess that I'm lying, you get a point.
Yeah, we'll tell you the truth.
Okay, we'll do it that way,
Yeah.
right? Rather than if I successfully bamboozle you, I get a point, right?
Okay, yeah.
So you get a point if you get the answer right.
Okay, yeah.
That's the easiest way to do it, because otherwise it'll just confuse me.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll start now. Okay. My first statement, Baz, is I once offended the England cricket captain so much he left the room.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to ask questions about this one. Mm-hmm. I know that you've been in rooms with celebrities before, so that could be true. I am going to say, when was it? Roughly. Obviously, I don't know.
Roughly, I would say. I would say roughly 15 years ago.
Okay. So probably during the height of your kind of corporate days.
Yes.
So this is what I'm going to, because obviously I know that you've met Donald Trump. No, Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Yeah. Very different men.
Yeah. Similar
Although-
job.
Similar hobbies.
Both like cigars. So the thing is, it could be true. And obviously you're not, I think we decided a long time ago that we weren't going to go, look, I met somebody, but I'm going to change the name, therefore it's a lie. So I'm going to say you could, say offended.
Yes.
Yes, I reckon you could have done that. So I'm going to say that is true.
And Baz, you start off by getting a point.
Yeah. So could you tell the story? I mean, obviously briefly, but who was it and why?
It was Michael Vaughan.
Yeah, okay.
We were at a corporate thing at Headingley for some Yorkshire 2020 match or something. I don't know. Oh, no. I think it might have been supposed to be a Yorkshire one-day match or something, but there was so much rain, they cut it down to like 5 overs and it was a farce.
Yeah.
So because the company that I'd gone with had paid a fortune for the corporate thing, they thought, oh, we'll get Michael Vaughan to come up and have a little chat to them. And it was shortly after the...
He's Yorkshire, isn't he, as well?
Yeah. So he was Yorkshire captain and England captain. That's how come he was there.
No, I think more importantly, you're from Lancashire. That's why. That's the thing.
Yeah, it was a Lancashire Yorkshire match as well. So the match was a bit of a farce, and I don't even remember who won. But it was anyway to appease the sponsors and the people who paid corporate things. They said, "Oh, we'll get Michael to come up and chat." So he came into the box.
Yeah, and
it was shortly after. This might give us... I think it might have been 2005. So I said 15 years, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's nearly 20 years.
Yeah.
I think it was 2005 because it was after the Ashes where... we have Australian listeners and they'll remember this, but it's when Ricky Ponting lost his shit because we got a sub-fielder on and he took a crucial catch in the Ashes and we ended up winning the Ashes. So... Ricky Ponting walked off and shouted up to the England dressing room and called Michael Vaughan a cunt.
Okay.
So when I meet Michael Vaughan in there, they were like, "Oh, here we are, shake hands in there. Everyone wants to meet him and that." And has anyone got a question for Michael? And I was like, "No one's asking a question." I thought, "Fuck it, I'll go first."
Yeah.
I was like,
his favourite drink, his favourite pasta.
I went first, and I was like, "How did you feel when Ricky Ponting called you a cunt?" He didn't even answer the question. His face dropped. He turned around and he walked out of the corporate box. So nobody else in that box had a chance to ask him a question. I'd ruined it for everybody. I didn't call him a cunt. Yeah. I was quoting Ricky Ponting. Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault. But Michael Vaughan didn't like that and he walked away.
Well, he's got no sense of humour. And he's probably never going to be a guest on this podcast.
To be fair, he is very, very, very good friends with a friend of mine.
Okay.
So I will say that I don't know if he just had a bad day, or maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm the knob. But no, I think he's actually a really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
But on that occasion, he walked out because I didn't call him a cunt. I just said someone had called him a cunt. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, that's the story of him walking off. Right, that's what have you got?
So my first statement is I once had to change a nappy of a friend on a stag do.
Oh, okay. 3 questions available. I'm assuming. Look, was the? So I'm guessing that the nappy was got him dressed up as a baby because it's his stag do.
No.
Okay, so that's not. Ooh, interesting.
I'm being concise about these.
Yeah. An adult friend, yes?
Yes. Yeah, thanks for clearing out.
Well, do you know what I mean?
Could have been awful.
I didn't want you to take it out. I wanted to make sure that people at home knew that you didn't take somebody else's baby on a stag do.
It's a good prop, but yeah, no.
Okay. Change somebody else's nappy. Do they have some kind of disability?
No.
Right. So it wasn't the stag. They didn't have a disability, which would explain them wearing a nappy. And it wasn't a baby. I feel like I've used my 3 questions quite poorly there, Baz. I've not got anywhere closer than that. I'm just going to say yes.
Because it's ridiculous, right?
Because it's a 50-50.
Yes.
And my questioning didn't lead me any closer to it, so I'm literally flipping the coin. I'm just going to say yes.
You could put yourself down for a point.
Oh, lovely stuff. Talk me through it.
So it was the stag. We came up with an idea that that for the stag we told a story that we'd rescued him from a hospital because he wasn't on a stag do. So we dressed him up in a gown, got him a drip, which had alcohol in it. But also we said that like he's in his last days, so he's now incontinent. So most normal people would just take the nappy as a prop, wouldn't they?
Oh, it's part of the costume.
Yeah, he decided to use it functionally. So and at some point I had to go back to the room to get more because he was using them over and over. So yeah, he decided, because he was very drunk, that he needed nappy changing on the middle of a dance floor. So
Okay.
so he was in full view of the public on a dance floor, lying down.
That's the least success, or the less successful version of Sophie Ellis Bextor's
Yes.
song, isn't it?
The funny thing
on the
was,
dance floor.
yeah, the funny thing was, at some point someone picked up this nappy and just launched it because obviously we're gross men, and it landed on the front of the stage of where one of the DJs was playing,
Okay.
and it sat there. We've got a photograph of it somewhere. But
Had it been soiled with ones or twos?
ones.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
we
okay.
said to him that if you
They're designed to absorb that.
Yes.
It's not as
yeah, it wasn't splashing around like a big empty bag full of fluid.
It's not like that. It's not like that scene of the bedsheet scene off Trainspotting.
No. Yeah, that wouldn't have happened if it had been like that.
Okay, excellent. Right, so it's 1-1. Right, my next statement, Baz, is the only time I got into trouble at school was related to a porn video.
Ooh. So I don't know if I ask when, because you've placed it nicely in time. Porn video. Once again, it could be either way, because it sounds like a relatable story that you could have done, although you've never discussed it before, saying that you either watched porn at school. So I've got a question.
Yes. By the way, for people watching, I'm trying my best to keep a poker face.
Was it
here.
your video?
No.
Okay, so that makes it even more... You once got in trouble. Did you get in trouble from a teacher or from a friend?
It was the school.
Okay, right. And finally, can you tell us what the punishment was?
I don't specifically remember the punishment, but they definitely phoned my mum and told her.
Okay. The last one was quite important. I'm going to say that's a lie.
My poker face worked, ladies and gentlemen, because that is... Oh, no, so you just don't get a point. I don't get it. Right, yeah. So it stays 1-1. No, that is absolutely true.
Okay.
The way that worked was that there was a lad at school who... We were like 15, and there was a lad at school who worked in a video shop back in the days of video rental stores. And he brought what he said was a porn to school.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck it, I live close, so let's go and watch it at my house at lunchtime. So we did. And even at 15 years old, it was the lamest quote-unquote porn video I'd seen to that point.
Okay.
And remains so. But even at 15, 15, you'd like anything, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A glimpse of a nipple, you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I know a bit about porn.
But this was,
days, yeah.
the title, and I still remember the title of it to this day, was The Playboy Art of Sensual Massage.
Oh, God.
It was basically an instructional video on how to get saucy with your missus with oils. And it was just kind of like, we were like, at first, like there's a load of lads at lunchtime, like, "Hey, tits, hey, funny, hey." And then literally 2 minutes later, we're going, Jacko, is this it?
Yeah.
Does it not get any better than this? So anyway, we went back to school. He obviously still had it in his bag. Some girl at school saw it, grassed us up, and we all got into big trouble. I never ever remember in my whole life my mum raising her voice to me, even.
Right.
So I was like, right, go on, give me the bollocking. She went, oh, I'm not doing it. Your dad's doing it. My dad lived in Worcester.
Yeah.
So my dad had to get in a car and drive, best part of 3 hours, up the M6 to come and administer said bollocking to me. And I'm like, this is so bad, this is so bad. Anyway, so he sits me down on my bed. I remember it clear as day. He sits me down on the bed, looks at me, he goes, talk me through it, what's happened then? I went, oh, this lad came in with a video and watched it. He went, what? Is that it? He said, your mum rang and said you've been in trouble with school for porn videos. I thought you were filming them. And he was like, you were just watching it. So in the end, I don't think my mum got the bollocking she was looking for from me dad administered to me.
Right.
So yeah, pretty much very little punishment. But this has never been proven. But there is. It's alleged that I was in line to be deputy head boy in the final year at the school, and this saga dropped me down to a mere prefect.
Oh,
so
clearly hasn't affected you.
Well, do you know what? It's just I who knows how different my life would have been if I had deputy head boy.
Yeah.
On my CV.
Yeah. Look at that. You might not be making a podcast.
Exactly. Like
Be that
sliding
high
doors.
in
It could have been. Yeah. I could have gone to Oxford on a day trip,
Yes,
not the
exactly,
university.
yeah.
Right. So it's still 1-1, Baz. It's
Yep.
you.
Right. I once pissed on a Manchester United supporter outside a nightclub.
Well, I know that in a previous life you were a bouncer. So there's lots of nightclubs involved in your past. Was it on purpose?
Yes.
Oh. I'm going to go quick fire through these questions, I think. Why?
So I wasn't working. I was out on a night out, and I'd nipped around the corner where we were waiting to get in to have a piss in what was ostensibly an alley. And I heard a fracas from coming around the corner, and then this guy came round in a Manchester United shirt. He'd obviously tried to get in this club, but he'd been extricated from the front of the queue and then slapped around a bit and then thrown into the alley I was in. So I thought, well, this would be quite funny that while I'm having a piss, he's now in my firing line. I just pissed on him because I didn't like him.
I don't need a third question, Your Honour. No further questions. I think that's true.
It's not true.
Oh! I don't get a point either. That stays at 1-1. Oh. Well, I've got no follow-up questions then. You've just fucking done me.
Sorry.
Right. Okay, my third one is... I once woke up in a hotel bedroom next to a cardboard cutout of Paul Gascoigne.
Oh. Right. Let's go for the first one is... when's too obvious. Where in the world did this happen? That's a different starting point.
It was in Switzerland.
Oh, that took me by surprise. I think you were going to say a city in England.
Basel, specifically.
Basel.
That's supplementary information.
Oh, well, actually, yeah.
I didn't need to give you that information, but I thought I would offer it up.
Well, yeah, so you've offered, because obviously I know that you used to go with, on England football tours. That's the right word, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, as a fan quite often. So, yeah, that placed you in the right place. I won't bother asking the year because, as you know, I'm shit when it comes to years and football tournaments.
I probably wouldn't be able to remember the year.
Oh, you know the tournament, though, wouldn't you? Was it the Euros or the...
It was a qualifier.
Qualifier. Yeah, I'd say, this is where it throws me with this, because...
So it was a qualifier. I don't remember what it was a qualifier for, but it was England versus Switzerland qualifier.
And can you remember which kit Paul Gascoigne was wearing in the cutout?
That's such an easy waste of a question, Baz.
No.
Can you remember? Nope.
No. No, it was more the fact that...
That's all your questions.
Yeah. Look, it's highly, highly likely could have happened because of... I know a bit about that, and I suppose, there would have been... If you'd gone to see England, and why would you be there otherwise? You could have got one off someone in the crowd, or you could have taken it yourself. I'm going to go the obvious one and say it's true.
It is false.
All right. So you led me down there with the knowledge I have of you as well.
Well, what I've done there is I've been a bit sneaky. Like there's quite a lot of truth in that story.
Oh, okay.
The only bit that's not true is the cardboard cutout wasn't Paul Gascoigne.
Oh, okay.
So I've been a bit snide on that one.
It was the.
I don't know her name, but it was it was a female Swiss footballer.
Yeah.
So we'd gone to this game in Switzerland, and on the way out, it was a corporate thing. So we were in the ground way after everybody else.
Yeah.
So I was on the way out, and I just saw this cardboard cutout just as the Uber turned up, and I thought, fuck it, I'm having that.
Yeah.
So I took it back to the hotel, and when I got back to the hotel, I'll dig out the photos and I'll send them to you. I must have them somewhere. But I took a series of photos of me with this cardboard cutout. So one was the two of us in bed.
Yeah.
One was the two of us in the shower. One was her after the shower with a towel wrapped around her head and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we had this whole romantic interlude thing, and I sent those to my mates, who were also there. Which is
Did it look realistically like you were with an actual woman?
no, it was obviously a cardboard cutout, but that added to the comedy element of the situation.
Got it.
So. Right.
Let's go with. I stole the same thing from a supermarket for at least 5 years.
Okay, the obvious question is, what did you steal?
Okay, yeah, it was garlic.
Garlic.
Garlic bulb.
Do you know what? I think I heard about the garlic robber of Bedford on Crime Watch.
Yeah, it's a big crime.
It was. I remember they were saying, they were looking for somebody who fits your description. Okay, so you... Sorry, remind me what the statement was?
I stole the same thing from a supermarket. So I stole garlic from a supermarket for at least 5 years.
Right. Why?
Oh, is that a question? Just
It definitely is.
because I could get away with it.
So garlic. How often?
Every time I went shopping.
Every time we went shopping. Right, I'm going to say a lie.
It's true.
Oh my god! So I don't.
Do you want the backstory?
Yeah.
So the first time it happened, I did it by accident. So I got all the shopping out. You know, bulbs of garlic are single items.
Yeah.
So in the shopping trolleys where you get the front end of the basket, it's got the separate bit on the front.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I was going, oh God, I haven't paid for this. So I just thought after that, oh, that's not really stealing. That was kind of just like, that was an accident. So for every time we used to go there and we got garlic, I'd always put it in the same place or in front of the trolley and then just not put it on the thing. Because if somebody said, oh, you've missed something, I'd have just, oh yeah, sorry, I missed it.
This sounds similar to Richard Madeley's story, but his was wine.
Yes.
He did the same thing. He had the wine in the front compartment of the trolley. He went,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot to put it onto the till.
Yeah.
And he got done for that.
So it just became more of a thing of like, oh, never have to pay for garlic, do you?
Wow.
So yeah.
If Bedfordshire police are looking for the
garlic
the
one.
infamous garlic napper of Bedford, then he's here. He'll be back in the country. He'll be back in the country tomorrow if you want to pick him up.
Some total of, I'm trying to think of 5 years worth of garlic, how much I'd have to repay.
Wow, that's quite a lot.
And it wasn't just from one supermarket, it became a thing.
It was a cereal. You were a cereal garlic napper.
Yeah, it just became a thing that, like, if you leave it in there accidentally, if someone said, oh, you've missed that,
Yeah.
I'd never get away, I'd never have been like, oh, you try to steal it. Because why would you?
That was my question.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah.
I actually asked that.
Yes, because I could.
Okay. My next one is I'm related to both Fergal Sharkey and Niall Quinn.
Oh.
And this isn't one of those things where it's like, oh yeah,
You haven't changed
one,
the
not
names.
the other, and the lie was it's only one.
So you are related to two people, but not those two, yeah. Is it by birth?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you could be related by marriage, can't you? That's what I'm saying.
I would, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so Emma's family could be, related to them, and therefore by marriage you're related. So you are related by marriage to people, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. So that's one thing. So by birth,
No. Oh.
what I'm saying is
No.
your
No,
family.
it's not by birth.
Okay.
So no.
All right.
No.
Yes.
Oh, wait. No.
Okay.
No.
So it gets back to my first point that you can be related by marriage to people,
Yes.
aren't you? So yeah.
Yes.
Fergal Sharkey and Niall Quinn. So have you always known that you were related to them? So like from when you were a kid?
No. No, it was, I think it was 20 odd when I found out.
Okay. Just all that on. So how did you find out?
I think it just came up in conversation.
Well, that's been 3 questions anyway. So
Yeah. I don't really remember the exact moment I found out, but I know I was 20, late 20s, early 30s, I think.
I'm going to go that that's a lie.
Okay. Now, here's an interesting thing. That you having said you can be related by marriage...
Oh, it's a statement, yeah.
Turned this from a lie, which I intended it to be, into a truth.
Oh.
Because Emma is related to both of those people. And the lie was, it's not me, it's Emma.
Right, okay.
But you said at the start of this,
so
you could be related to marriage. So I had to change it in my head to be like, yes. Because it's not by blood all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So you saying it was a lie would have been right, but your first question changed the rules.
Oh, but
so now it's...
But did you write it as a lie?
I did write it as a lie, but it's not a lie.
Oh.
Because I'm related by marriage.
I thought this is how we played the rules, that you wrote it as a lie, so therefore I guessed it correctly.
Well, I wrote it as a lie.
Oh, this is... Oh, we need some adjudication.
Can we get some VAR
Yeah.
on that one? No, look, well, I think... Look, in the comments section, tell us if you think... I'm not giving him a point, but...
Oh, this is bad.
I wrote it as a lie originally, but as you asked your first question, I realised that it's true.
But you
because
thought it was
I
a
am
lie?
Related. I thought it was a lie, but it's not about what I thought. It's about facts.
That's not right.
Well...
You know that's not right.
I've got the pen.
Okay. Mike's a cheat. I'm not saying anything.
No, it's... But, well... No. I wrote it as a lie,
Yeah.
but you convinced me with your first question that it's not a lie, actually, it's true. So I had to change it. I had to change the answer after the first question.
Okay.
Don't get upset, Baz. It's really not that serious.
It's cheating. Okay, is it my statement now?
Yes.
I was once ranked 53rd in the world, all-time ranking of 53rd in the world of Call of Duty.
Oh, see, I know that you play Call of Duty a lot.
Yep.
Um,
Only recently again. I've stopped for a while just because time.
Retired. How were you 53rd? How do you find out you're 53rd, ranked 53rd in the world?
Oh, so when you're playing the game, you can just literally click on a page that shows where you're ranking.
And what's that? Is that based off?
It's KDR. It's called Kill Death Ratio.
Over what period is that? Like, is that a?
That's just
ever, or is that just in the latest year or whatever?
Yeah. So it's at the iteration of that particular game.
Okay. I don't think I have any further questions. I'm going to say it's true.
It is true.
Hey! Oh, get one.
You do?
Very good.
Well, so as you know, I used to have a job which only really entailed me working 3 days of the year and then with about 3 months prep.
Yeah.
So I used to have a lot of time, and then Call of Duty used to be issued at midnight. I used to go and get the game with all the other teenagers. I wasn't a teenager.
Yeah.
It was about 2011. And I used to come home and I used to play it immediately when I got home. And at that point, because I was one of the early ones on this ranking, I was 53rd out of all the people that had gone out and bought it at midnight.
It's slightly less impressive if only 53 people were playing it at the time.
Yeah, no, there would have been like hundreds of thousands of people. That's why it's impressive.
It still remains impressive.
Yeah,
Like,
it was only for a moment as well, because within an hour I'd just obviously dropped down as more people came online who were clearly better than I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've still got on my computer. I've still got a snippet of it.
Nice. I like that. Very well done, Baz. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Okay, my final statement is I was once ejected from a football stadium for having too much fun.
Yeah, once again, could be. Which football stadium was it? Let's start with that.
I don't remember the name of it, but it was at Basel in Switzerland.
Okay. Right, tied the two things together. So, and were you with Cutout at the time? Possibly. So when you say having too much fun, was that sort of like another term for being drunk?
No.
Okay.
We were drunk, but it's not a euphemism.
Okay, yeah, no, I did, but yeah, they're obviously having fun when you're drunk and having fun when you're sober can be two very different things. One could be very annoying, and the other one could be just like, well, obviously you clearly annoyed somebody if you got thrown out.
Yeah.
So we've established where you were, and you managed to coin 2 stories out of 1 story.
Clever, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, the last thing would be... Okay, you're right. When you were thrown out, you were thrown out.
No.
Oh, okay, that's different.
That's all your questions. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
three.
no. I'm now perusing whether
This is your deliberation phase, is
yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, the reasonable statement ones. I think that is a lie.
It is in fact true, Baz.
Okay.
And what I mean by we were ejected for having too much fun was that it was after the game. We were in the corporate hospitality thing on the balcony, having a few drinks, chatting, laughing, banter, and our voices were probably louder than normal because we'd had a few drinks.
Yeah.
And the TV company that were interviewing players by the side of the pitch asked for us to be removed because you could hear us on their post-match interviews by the side of the pitch. So we literally got thrown. Like, we were supposed to be allowed to stay there for like an hour and a half after the match.
Yep.
But they kicked us out after like 20 minutes because our laughter and banter was caught on the post-match interview cameras, and they kicked us out of the stadium.
Good one.
Which is why I kidnapped the cowboy cutout on the as retribution in my anger.
Related stories then. Right, my last one. I broke 2 toes once when I inadvertently kicked the goalpost while trying to clear a ball off the line.
Oh, okay. I'm not aware of you. I'm not aware of you having played football much, because I remember I remember you saying that the only sports you were ever good at were trampolining and fighting. You didn't say that.
And discus and javelin. There we go.
That's the one.
200-metre running.
Yeah. Those ones.
Yeah.
Fair play for your little legs to go that quick, to be fair. But it doesn't mean you never played football, because I wasn't very good at football, but I've played football a number of times, even if it was just with my mates or at school and stuff. So, was it when?
So at school, I would have been probably 13, 14 maybe, around that time.
I'm going to go straight in, Baz. I'm going to say it's a lie, because I think football boots in those days were like steel toe cap boots, and you wouldn't have broken a toe by kicking the football post. That's where I've gone with it straight away.
It is in fact true.
Oh, it is true. What I said false, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So nobody gets a point, right? My own scoring system's confusing me now. You only get a point if you get the answer right, is where we went with it, isn't it?
I can't remember.
Yes, it is. It is. So it's still 2-1. Do you want to tell me any more detail about that?
I was rubbish at football. The only place I could ever play was goal. And at 13, I was of a similar height to everybody else. I wasn't short then. And the only place, they put me as goal. And literally went to clear the ball off a line. Went to hoof the ball and booted the post. Broke two little toes on the outside, the smallest ones.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I've broke. My toe is the only bone I've ever broken.
Oh.
And it hurts like fuck.
Yeah.
I broke my toe falling down the stairs trying to sneak out of the house, because it isn't an exciting story about me having an affair and her fella had come back. I was trying to sneak out of the house without waking my wife, because I used to do early morning classes, so it was dead early in the morning and dark. I slipped down the stairs. Didn't know I'd broken my toe until the day after, when I inadvertently kicked the solid wooden leg of our kitchen table with the broken toe. That's when I found out it was broken.
That's gonna do it, isn't it?
Yeah, I went to the hospital and they said, yeah, that's broken. I was like, I don't know if it was broken before or after, but I suspect it was broken.
Well, toes are the worst as well.
And then kicked. Oh man, it was. I've never felt pain like it, and my kids have said they've never heard a noise like that come out of my face before.
I've assumed I've broken my toe many times where you stubbed it, because that's the worst thing. Isn't it?
Right. Okay. So after the end of round 1, Baz, there was a potential 5 points each on that, and it's 2-1
Done
to
well.
me. Do you know what? To appease you, I'm going to give you half a point.
What, for the lie?
Yeah, because it's difficult, and we don't have access to, because it's a Sunday, we don't have access to the Federation of Battle of Bullsh1tters to get an independent adjudication on it, you see. So we're just going to have to work it out ourselves. So
one day we'll have someone stood here who's actually from that federation.
After a VAR check, I've given you half a point.
Thanks.
Okay. Right, so now we're going to move on to
I'm doing mine on celebrities. What are you doing?
Okay,
yours
so
on?
you're doing celebrities. I'm doing laws.
Oh.
Whether it's an actual law somewhere
Yeah.
in the world or whether I've made it up or not.
Okie doke.
Okay, my first one, Baz, is this. So all of these are 50-50, so we're already... I was going to say we're already up in the chances, but the last round was 50-50.
Well, it's true or false, isn't it? So they're all 50-50.
It's literally the point of this episode. Right. Okay, come on, Sned. Get
Super guessing.
Pull yourself together, man. Right.
Oh no, can I just say before we do go on, the first round, because it's about us, there's a lot more information because I know you, you know me.
Yeah.
So, if I'd have met you yesterday and you told me loads of statements, it would literally be 50-50.
Yeah.
You've been
Yeah,
very
yeah,
clever
yeah,
by
yeah,
adding
yeah.
stuff that you know I know.
Okay. So, yeah, we got 1.5 out of 5 and 2 out of 5 on the ones that we're supposed to be better at because we know a little bit about each other. Okay.
These
Well,
next
let's
ones
see-
are purely Google, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. Let's see how we get on with the next 10. So, the first one, Baz, is it is illegal in Poland to wear a T-shirt with Winnie the Pooh near schools or playgrounds.
Oh, see, these are horrible because, like, you could see why some of them would be laws, but and obviously as well that like this requires you to be quite creative writing lies and false ones. So yeah, but it also comes. But the beauty of it is, and I'm waffling a little bit because I'm thinking about it, is that
You definitely sound like you're stalling.
no. But I mean, I used to do a quiz with you. This is nothing. this is yeah. So none of them will seem too ridiculous, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's just that thing that's really weird that like you come up with Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this is true, just because I don't know why you think Winnie the Pooh.
And you get a point, Baz.
That's the only reason why. And I know you can be quite creative, but it's just that thing of
The simple reason that wearing a Winnie the Pooh T-shirt near schools or playgrounds in Poland is illegal is because Winnie the Pooh is naked from the waist down.
of course.
That is literally the reason.
Oh.
It's not like he's got his cock and balls out, is
No.
it? Do you know what I mean?
I've seen some of those drawings. But
You've seen Winnie the Pooh's cock and balls?
no, you just reminded me of like when people go, you just reminded me of the people go, but you would see his penis, wouldn't you? So they've drawn it on there. But that isn't the obviously in Poland he doesn't have it on there.
There you go.
Bless the Poles.
There you go. There you go. They're all very shy.
Right. Neil Armstrong died in a dust cropping accident at the age of 82.
Ooh. I mean, he was old. I think... Oh, see, I'm getting confused now between him and Buzz Aldrin.
Well, yeah.
Because I think Buzz Aldrin only recently died or is still alive. I can't remember. Oh, Jesus, I'm just... Again, I'm waffling. I'm waffling because I'm trying to do my working out loud because if I just sit here in complete silence, that doesn't make good podcast and I have to edit it out because I edit out big silences.
Can you do voiceovers?
So I'm
Just
waffling.
your mouth moves. Just do this.
Do you know what? I might sit here in complete silence and then just do a voiceover of what's going on in my head, right? I'll do that now.
I can't believe that Baz looks even more like Uncle Jesse of Dukes of Hazzard in real life.
Okay, I've got ages to
That's a
think of...
podcast first as well.
I've got ages to think of something funny to put on there. Okay, I'm going to say true.
Sadly, no.
Oh, Baz, you bastard.
He did die at the age of 82.
Okay.
But he didn't die in a dust cropping accident. I thought it would just be quite
I
funny.
don't even know what dust cropping is. Maybe I should have...
Oh, no, you know when they fly over, they put all the chemicals with the
Got you,
airplanes.
got you. That is what I thought.
It was more to do with the fact that, like, you know, he was the man that flew to the moon. And that would be...
Yeah, I knew that bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
If you'd have said that, I'd have said true. Neil Armstrong flew to the moon. True or false? True.
Right.
Well, is it though? Is it true
well,
that
you
he
know
went
it's
to
it.
the moon?
We've discussed this.
We have discussed that.
Area
fucking-
52 studio, just saying. Go back to a previous episode.
Yeah. If you want to consider the fucking nonsense that is that conspiracy theory, you can do. Okay. Left-handedness is illegal in American Samoa.
Oh. So I'm going to start off by saying I didn't realise there was an American Samoa.
Yes, there's two. There's a
Oh, no.
Samoa and an American
Yeah, yeah.
Samoa. And interestingly, I think this is true, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think they're on either side of the international date line.
Oh, okay.
So they're quite close,
Yeah.
but they're like 24 or 25 hours apart or something like that.
Okay. Didn't even know that
There
at
you
all.
I think that's true. That might be bollocks. But that wasn't part of the, am I lying? I might be inadvertently lying on that.
So just a quick summation is I know at some point all across the world being left-handed was considered like the work of the devil
Yeah.
or even a mental
Yeah.
thing. And I'm pretty sure at some point people have been like thrown in prison for being left-handed.
Yeah.
But I kind of think you'd know this about a way of thinking. So I think you'd write that as go, that sounds like a law. I think it's something that your brain, because you like geography and you're good around countries, you'd probably go, I can make this one up and it sounds feasible. So I'm going to say it's false.
You got another point, Baz. You're good at this game, aren't you? There we go. Very good. No,
Is it related to something real, though?
No, it's fucking nonsense.
No, you're completely
No,
ape.
it's fucking nonsense. I just made it up. It's you.
Oh, here's me. Mighty Boosh and Bake Off host Noel Fielding was born Leon Norman Bowler in 1973.
True.
Sadly, no. I don't know what his real name is. I thought Leon Bowler it was an anagram of Noel, and Fielding and Bowler were two things that would just strike a thing.
I hate it when you do this.
I learned it off you, by the way.
I hate it when you trip me up on anagrams.
Someone taught me this.
Because the reason I hate it when you trip me up on anagrams is because you've done it many times on quizzes, is because I tripped you up with an anagram. I can't remember what the anagram was.
It's got Romeo in it, isn't it? Yeah.
I can't remember. Anyway, when we did TikTok quizzes, one of the rounds was anagrams, and I gave Baz an anagram of a TikTok influencer, and he didn't get it right, and the answer was
My petrol
emotion, which is Baz.
You threw me by saying influencer because you and I both disagree with the fact that we're influencers. So
I've only ever called myself influencer maybe once or twice to wind my daughter up because she cringed so hard at it.
I've done it to people that like literally hate the term.
Yeah, I only do it to wind people up. I'm not an influencer. I have no influence over me dog. Right.
Your next one.
Yes. Cannibalisation is not illegal in the UK.
Ooh. So just quickly, I've heard stuff about cannibalisation before, and in many countries around the world, it's completely illegal. It just sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to say I'm going to say it's not written down, so therefore it's not actually illegal. So I'm going to say it is a law. Sorry, hang on. Let's get this right. I think it's.
So my statement is this statement true or false?
Yeah.
Cannibalisation is not illegal in the UK.
Oh, I'm going to say that's true. You said it's a true
It's
statement.
not illegal.
Yes.
You got another point, but you're very good at this. Mate. I don't like this. Yeah, there's nothing, and it's not even a not written down thing. It's like it's illegal to kill somebody. Obviously, it's illegal to store human body parts.
Oh yeah.
But if you and I consensually said, I'll cut a bit of my thigh off and you cut a little bit of thigh off and we'll eat each other's, it's not illegal.
We're not doing that, by the way. Just not even for the podcast.
You know, we've got 3 to record today. I had that planned for the 3rd one. I've got Noreen upstairs working on a sauce.
Is that what I can hear? That's.
I mean, I do have a little bit of.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of further detail on that.
Yeah. Flesh it out a bit.
Although countries including UK and US do not have specific legislation against cannibalism, it is effectively outlawed under laws such as the 2004 Human Tissue Act, which covers England, Wales and Northern Ireland, and legislates against the possession of human tissue without consent. So if you kill somebody to do it, or you are in possession of effectively human meat you've stolen, but if there's consent, it's not illegal.
Yeah, because I think this is also the same as like owning bones of actual people, isn't it?
Right.
So I think like the only way you can own, because I know people that own human skulls, and then I think they're quite not sought after, but it's quite. It sounds weird, but it's a trophy.
Yeah, it's interesting you said you described a skull as a trophy because. I haven't told you this yet, but the trophy for this competition today is in fact a human skull.
Is it my skull?
Yeah. Well, it's the skull of whoever loses. That's added a bit of jeopardy to it, hasn't it?
Wow. Right. Is it mine?
Yeah.
Since 1997, and the only reason I want to use this is because I like it. Since 1997, Spider-Man has been drawn in at least one frame of every Marvel comic.
Ooh. I mean, I think that's something quite... You mean the actual comics?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, that would be quite a relatively easy thing to do. And kind of quirky stuff that, fucking comic geeks will be into.
This is showing a lot of your comic geeks.
To be fair, if anyone objects to me saying fucking comic geeks, you are self-confessing as a fucking comic geek, so grow up.
I don't read comics, by the way.
I didn't say that. People who read comics are fine.
No, I do read comics.
No, I know. But you don't self-identify as a fucking comic
That's true,
geek.
yeah.
So do you know what I mean? If anyone's taking offence to the fact
Oh, no, I'm not offended. I think you're quite right, and I'm a big comic geek.
There you go.
I think it's weird.
Okay. I'm going to say true.
I completely made it up. Because I'm a comic geek.
I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at this game. Right, I'm going to quickly come back with one. It's against the law to fart in a lift in Switzerland.
This is Basel again. Is this another?
Not the same story. I did not fart in protest on the way out of being kicked out of the football stadium. Therefore, get arrested for such.
Can you title this the Swiss mildly controversial podcast?
It's the Swiss episode.
Look, I'll be really quick on this. I mean, it's definite 50-50. I'm going to go that is false, just because it sounds real. You were logic here, can't you?
You've got another one by your flawed logic, Baz. Hold on a minute. I need to... That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to
scrub that.
Get rid of that one and cross that one, so you're on 5.5.
Oh, no, but as we've said, a lot of this is guessing. And the problem with laws are, your writing could be equally as good as an actual law.
Yeah.
And in some cases, I think you could write something which should be a law.
You're just really lucky.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm putting my hands up straight away.
Right, okay, next one.
Matthew Perry, the now deceased actor from Friends, lost part of his middle finger as a kid.
I know Dan Burn has no ring finger. Did you know that? Dan Burn, the left back for Newcastle United. He has no ring finger because he had a ring on when he was a kid, got it caught on railings, and it took his neck.
That's why we're
there you go.
Yeah.
So it took his ring finger away. So he has, and that is why when Dan Burn takes a throw in, it only goes 90% as far as it could.
Is that true? Is that true?
I wish I got a point for that.
It could be true.
No, I just said he's only got 9 fingers instead of 10. 90%.
Oh, see. You should have written stuff about Dan Burn.
I should have put that one in the thing. I should have put that one in the thing. Actually, but for conning you, I don't get anything.
Yeah, so Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry lost a little bit of his middle finger. Yes, true.
It is true.
Hey, I've got a point. Here we go.
Thanks, Google. That was Google.
The comeback's on.
That was Google on a website, which was basically weird celebrity facts.
Was there any supplementary information?
No, it's just one-liners.
Okay.
I could have added stuff if you asked me questions.
Okay. Next one.
Yeah.
In Wyoming, it is illegal to ask somebody which pronouns they prefer to use.
Right, so I'm going to ascertain whether if that's an actual law, aren't we? So
it's true or false. That's what we're saying. So in Wyoming, it is illegal to ask somebody which pronouns they prefer to use.
Fuck it, yes, I think that is illegal in Wyoming.
That is untrue. I made that up. I'm back on the comeback trail, people. We're doing this.
See, this is what I'm saying. You can equally write a law.
I made that up. That's absolute nonsense.
And did you hit?
Well, to be fair, I didn't check if it is. I made it up. I might have inadvertently stumbled across the road, but I'm going to say it's not.
Even if it's true, you wrote it without checking.
I did.
So
I have no idea if it is or not, but I'm assuming it's not.
Okay. Whitney Houston had a phobia of children.
We didn't have any. I'm going to say yes.
She did believe they were the future, but no, she didn't have a phobia to children.
Baz, that is fucking brilliant. You know what I'm like with quizzes, right? I don't mind not scoring points if it's a brilliant question. That, my friend, is genius.
That was the first one I wrote purely based...
I applaud you. And do you know what? If you weren't significantly ahead of me, I would give you a point just for that joke. But I'm not going to.
But I do need to point out, like I said earlier, that the reason that I've got good at doing these is purely because of you stitching me up so many times.
I feel like you know when you're a kid and somebody grabs your wrists and says, "Why are you punching yourself in the face?" Starts doing that. I feel like that's happening.
You
to me
created
right
this
now.
monster. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like that's what's happening here, Baz. Okay, it's illegal to build a sandcastle in Spain.
Oh, blimey! Oh, I can't. It can't be. 'Cause, I mean, I've been to Spain and I've seen actual sandcastles.
Poker face.
Yeah, no. It's like you say, it can't be illegal. I mean, I didn't build a sandcastle in Spain. I built a racing car, kind of, like out of sand.
Yeah.
But that's not a castle, though, is it? It can't be true. It cannot be true.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
It is in fact
Oh
true,
my
Baz.
God.
You don't get a point. And these are not my words. These are the words of the internet site that I've nicked it off. But Spain despises your attempt at making sandcastles so much you could be fined if caught building one in Spain. And the fines vary by location at their discretion. On the island of Mallorca, for example, you could pay €100, but you could pay up to €1,500 in Galicia. Galicia! Before you ask, yes, kids are included in this restriction, and parents foot the bill. So there you go.
Madness.
Don't build sandcastles in Spain, people.
Yeah. Do you think it's because they see it as a very British thing?
I don't know.
Because I've always seen it as a very British thing.
Yeah, I think it is, but it's. But I also don't. I don't understand why it's illegal, but it is.
There you go.
So you got that wrong.
Right.
No, wrong.
No, yeah.
Moving on.
I never quite know the scoring system anyway. Charlie Sheen accidentally shot his then fiancée, Kelly Preston.
Do you know what? You could have said Charlie Sheen was engaged to Kelly Preston.
Yeah. Yes.
And that would have been a good true or false, because I don't know about that. Charlie Sheen
Accidentally shot his then fiancée, Kelly Preston.
America and guns, yes.
True.
Hey!
I'm closing my eyes now.
It's illegal to kill Bigfoot in British Columbia, Canada.
So this goes back to slightly conspiracy theory one again, doesn't it? Does Bigfoot exist? No. That's
Poker face.
no. But this goes back to that one.
I don't. No questions, Your Honour.
You know, we like to relate these things
Yes.
to things like
Yeah,
Basel.
yeah.
Was it in Switzerland?
Definitely. No.
It is illegal to shoot.
It's illegal to kill Bigfoot.
right,
They're not
yeah.
specific about
Yeah,
guns.
yeah.
It's illegal to kill Bigfoot in British Columbia, Canada.
I mean, you could have made that up, or it could be true. This is the whole point of this quiz. I'm just
That is
talking out
literally
loud.
the point
I'm
of the
going to
quiz.
take a guess and say it's America. They've made that a law. So I think that's a problem.
In the question, it literally says British Columbia, Canada. By the way.
Sorry, Canada, same thing. So,
Ooh,
no, I've said
Northern America.
I said it.
Northern USA.
Yeah, I think that is an actual law.
You're quite correct, Baz.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. The supplementary information I have is when people first began citing Bigfoot or Sasquatch in the 1800s, British Columbia made it illegal to kill him, her, or it. No one has ever captured proof of this hairy giant creature, but if you should find it and kill it, you could be fined up to $250,000 if you do not have a proper hunting license.
Is that the only caveat?
If you have a proper hunting license, fuck it, go and get it. Washington State, just below the border, has a similar law. So there you go. There is a bit of an America in there as well.
We know how good I am at geography. Right, Benedict Cumberbatch was abducted in South Africa in 2005.
True.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Hey! I just thought I'd speed it up for a bit there. Yes. I decided on that one. I was just going to stop pissing about and just go for it. Do you have any extra information there, Baz?
Oh, no, other than it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, if I hadn't been like writing these on the plane or Googling them on the bus, then I probably would have gone a bit more in depth into finding out what the story was.
Okay. My next one, Baz, is you cannot be overweight in Japan.
Oh.
So you can be fined for being overweight in
Okay,
Japan.
yeah. Okay. So I've been to Japan. Oh, God. 50-50, I'm afraid. This is just pure luck. I think it is... Yeah, I think you can be fined for being overweight in Japan.
So you think it's true that you can be fined for being overweight in Japan?
I don't think, I'm guessing, if I'm being really honest.
You got another point, Baz.
Oh, for God's sake.
And apparently, sumo wrestlers have dispensation because it says, apart from sumo wrestlers, in an effort to prevent obesity in its citizens, Japan created the Metabo Law. This requires people between the ages of 40 and 74. Actually, this website says between the ages of 40 to 74.
Oh.
So that makes me angry because it's from and to or between and.
Yes. Okay.
It's not between and to. So that makes me a little bit angry. Anyway, I think I may have strayed slightly off the point there. This requires people between the ages of 40 and 74 to have an annual waist measurement performed at the doctor. Fines will be incurred if men have waists over 33.5 inches. Guilty, Your Honour. Or 35.4 inches for women.
Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it?
Well, do you know what? If I was in Japan, I would have to start identifying as a woman because I have a 34 to 36 waist. So. Okay.
That's mad, isn't it? Yeah, if I'd have had longer, I probably would have talked myself around if I'd have got around to thinking about sumo wrestlers. But yeah, that's mad, isn't it? Cool. Right. Kurt Cobain wrote Smells Like Teen Spirit about a deodorant for teenage girls.
That's brilliant. It's very funny. And my immediate reaction is Kurt Cobain would not write a song about girls' deodorant. But the more I think about it, and the more it says smells like Teen Spirit is a deodorant for girls. It can't be. That's false.
Unfortunately, it's 100% true.
Wow.
That's why I went for it, because it sounds so preposterous.
Wow.
It's when I first read it, I thought,
I love that track as well. And
yeah,
now,
me too.
all I'm going to be able to think of when I hear that track now is that it's about...
It literally is about, a deodorant for teenage girls.
Wow.
So...
My life has literally changed in the past 30 seconds.
Mine too. When I read it, I had to think that's ridiculous. Because don't you think it would be something a lot more kind of like deep-rooted in, pain or something like that, or angst, wouldn't you?
Wow. That's... I don't have any words, Baz.
No. But you can imagine, you can see why you chose that from the facts list, because it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Okay. In Lithuania, it is illegal for married women to drink pints of beer as it is seen as being too masculine.
Oh, Lithuania. No. I can't imagine it, because, and it's not me throwing shade on Lithuanians, but, I think they drink a lot of beer, so I'm saying that's... Read it again, because I have to make sure to give you the right answer.
In Lithuania, it is illegal for married women to drink pints of beer as it is seen as being too masculine.
I think that's false.
You're correct again, Baz. Jesus, you're very, very good at this today. How many have we got left, Baz?
Just two each.
Okay.
They'd be quick fire. Jack Nicholson used to be a pimp. I need to throw under this, but not in a role that he's ever played.
So in IRL?
Yes.
Wow. No.
Well, you're right.
I'm correct. Good
yes.
God, thank you very much. I could go, Jack couldn't do that. Surely not. Right. Incest only officially became illegal in Ireland in 2017.
Fuck. Wow. It's...
Nobody can hear your reasoning or your answer, by the way.
No.
In case you're a bit nervous.
No, I was trying to think of stuff that was recently passed here in my memory, but it wasn't incest, I remember. So I'm going to say that's false.
You've done it again, Baz.
Sorry, mate.
I just made it up. There's nothing based on it anyway. I just went, incest is still illegal in, and then picked a country. And when I picked a country, I was lazy enough just to go, well, I might as well pick the one I
Did you look out the window?
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's a country.
Right, here we go. My last one is, Google image search was invented because of Jennifer Lopez.
I think I've heard this, and I think it's true.
Yeah, yes, it's true.
Yay!
So I've got a bit... So there's no point in being around the It was done after her appearance... in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And apparently the internet was going crazy, so they already think they had it in the exception. We need to find a better way that people can take photographs and search that image, because people didn't know her name or something like that.
That's amazing. Yeah, I do remember that.
She broke the internet, I think, after that.
I remember reading about that.
Good one, though.
Is the internet still broken, or have they fixed it? Okay, the final one, Baz, is it's illegal to reincarnate without permission in China.
See, I could see you making that up. Well, I could see you making them all up. I've already said that. Blimey, it's random as fuck as well. I'm going to say that you wrote that just because it sounds like something you could genuinely write and make up.
It does sound like something I could make up.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Okay.
Apparently, Tibetan Buddhist monks are not allowed to reincarnate after they die unless they have been granted permission from the government. We're not sure how they enforce this, but China is known for having some strict laws. So you don't get a point for that.
No.
I
There's only 2.5 points in it, which sounds like I was handing you out a terrible beating. Until
Well,
I
came back a little bit. So it's for those listening as opposed to watching. The score is, and if you're watching, you've no chance of seeing that anyway. To be fair, because the pen I've used is pretty shit. So it's 9.5 to 7. So we're going to go into the final round. We're going to say 3 statements.
Yes.
And the other person has to identify the lie.
Yeah, okay. That's
Okay?
It. Yes.
So I'm 2.5 points behind.
Yep.
And these are much harder because it's a 1 in 3, not a 1 in 2.
True, yeah.
Okay. You said true. Do I get a point for that? I'm just checking. I'm scratching around here, mate. I'm 2.5 points behind.
Nicely done, though.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yep.
I can juggle. I can walk on stilts. I can do a headstand.
Oh, God. That's harder than you think, isn't it? Because there's one in there you think everyone could do a headstand. I'm going to say, just 1 in 3 chance, I don't think you can walk on stilts.
That is incorrect.
Okay,
you
yeah.
failed. I
Yeah.
can walk on stilts.
What is it you can't do?
I can't juggle.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I can do a headstand. I only found out I could do a headstand 5 years ago.
Yeah.
At the age of 44. So
Okay.
I went to a yoga session, and someone said, do this, do this, do this. And I was like, shit, apparently I can. So there you go.
I did the same thing a couple of years ago, but with handstands.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I can't do a handstand. That's too
Yeah, no, I've done
complicated.
it once. During that session. Right.
Okay, that counts.
Yes. Right. I have flat feet. I didn't wear a pair of trainers casually until I was in my mid-20s. I wore the same pair of Converse every day for 2 years.
I need to identify the lie.
Sorry, say again? Oh, you did. Yeah, identify the line.
So either you've got flat feet
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I didn't.
no trainers till your 20s or...
Well, no, so I wore them for sport, but I never wore them like,
Yeah.
you know. And then I wore the same pair of Converse every day for 2 years.
To be fair, Baz, you're so old that up until your 20s, sports weren't... sneakers weren't a thing. It was hobnail boots and clogs. So that's possible. I think the lie is that you've got flat feet.
I do have massively flat feet.
Have I got that right?
No, I do have flat feet. You said that was a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
I forgot my own rules.
I've got horribly flat feet. That's why I got so many
I did think that when I first met you, actually, but I'd forgotten. He's got flat feet.
So the lie was I wore the same pair of Converse every day for 2 years.
Oh, see, I thought that was the one that would be nailed.
Yeah, no, I didn't own a pair of trainers to wear, like, I never wore casual trainers like all my friends did.
Yeah.
For up till way into my 20s.
Wow.
Yeah, just because I didn't like them. I used to wear shoes and boots all the time.
Hobnail boots
Yeah,
and clogs,
exactly.
as I said.
Go on then.
Okay, next one. I renamed my grand's dog to be called Ian. I renamed my mum's dog to be called Dave. I renamed our family dog to be called Norman.
This is obviously a shot in the dark. I'm going to go for what sounds the most preposterous. I'm going to go for the first one that you renamed your grand dog Ian. Is that right? I think that's the lie.
I didn't rename my gran dog Ian. My grand's dog.
Grand's, yeah. Anyway, I think, yeah.
I stopped calling my gran and started calling her dog Ian.
Yes.
You're correct, Baz.
Oh, that's a complete shot in the dark.
That is the lie, because I did, in fact...
They all sounded like lies.
My dog, family dog, when I was growing up, looked a little bit like Norman off City Slickers, you know,
You gave yourself a point by that.
Oh, did shit. Sorry, mate. That wasn't on purpose, but
No.
well spotted. I renamed our family dog Norman because he looked like the cow out of City Slickers. And he literally started responding to Norman. And my mum's dog was called Bella when she went to Australia for 3 weeks. Yes, Bella's Garden Bar at Letterkenny Golf Club. There you go. That's me, voiceover.
Yeah.
My mum's dog was called Bella when me and my mate looked after her for 3 weeks whilst my mum went to Australia. Me and my mate didn't fancy shouting Bella in the park, so Dave. So we started calling her dog Dave, and by the time 3 weeks later, when my mum came back, I went, Mum, look what we've taught Bella. Like, Dave. And she came over. My mum was horrified.
Just goes to show how nice dogs are.
Yeah. Well, it's like, hey, call me what you want. I'll still call me.
Oh, I like that one. Right. I was the discus record holder for ages. Yeah, for a long, long time at my school, but had the record beaten by a girl. I have an intermittent allergy to prawns. I have a birthmark on my leg that looks like a tombstone.
I think the lie is that you've got an intermittent allergy for prawns.
Sadly, I do have an intermittent allergy to prawns.
Oh, so I'm right.
No, you said that was a lie.
Oh, God.
The lie
I'm
was...
so confused
Yeah,
by
no,
my
it's-
own rules.
Yeah, the lie is I have a birthmark on my leg that looks like a tombstone.
Oh.
And I was the discus for a long time. I held the discus record. It was weird because you mentioned sports earlier.
Yeah, the discus
It's
one.
odd.
I knew the discus one would have been right because it's just too weird.
But the girl that beat me was amazing. Like, she literally threw it further than anybody else in the school. So you could never be upset by something like that.
Okay.
Right.
So I don't get a point.
No.
So it's 10.5, 7.
Right.
So I'm playing for pride here now. Okay. This is the last one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
So
got one more
okay.
of that.
So literally, this is the lap of honour for you. I once wet myself on a works night out.
For God's sake.
I won the works fancy dress competition 3 years in a row. Or I overcame my fear of snakes on a works night out.
Can I say they're all true? Because they all sound true. Oh, God. None of them are ridiculous, really, are they? Because, like, you know... I mean, if I was being honest, like, I'd say that, like, wetting yourself on a night out, you might not want to say, but you are Mike Snowden at the end of the day.
Yeah!
And it makes
It's
it...
definitely happened.
I'm going to go for that.
On a night out, I'm not
Yes,
saying that.
yes.
You know what I mean?
No, look, I'm going to go for that one, purely just to say that is the lie, that you've never wet yourself on a night out.
You're very good at this
for
game,
God's
Baz.
sake. I was literally thinking...
You're very good at this game, Baz. I have wet myself on a night out, but it wasn't a works night out.
Okay.
I did win the works fancy dress competition 3 years in a
See,
row.
that I could definitely...
So yeah.
See, yeah.
Cool Runnings 1 year. The dude out of The Hangover
Yeah.
with the baby, on the front, and Teen Wolf. Okay,
Right.
so well,
Well, let's do the last one anyway.
let's do the lap of humiliation for me then.
I have never danced on the internet. I eat rice most days, and my favourite colour is blue. So you have to find
I
the
know
line.
for a fact that you eat rice most days,
Okay.
for most meals.
Yes.
So this is a 50-50, thank you, Baz.
Yep.
You've never danced on the internet, which is plausible, because despite being on a kid's dancing app, you don't do the dancing, you do the magic transition-y thing.
My favourite colour is blue. is the
You're a
answer.
wardrobe wizard. And your favourite colour's blue. I don't think, from memory, that I've seen you wear anything blue. Or not very often, anyway. I'm going to say that is untrue. Your favourite colour is blue.
Sadly, that is incorrect. My favourite colour is blue. I eat rice most days. But I have danced on the internet. Once.
I've never danced on the internet.
That's a lie.
Yes. Okay.
I have danced on the internet. Do you remember that thing where you used to...
I got confused again then.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was just
So you
like-
remember the Taylor Swift thing when "Marry Me" did, and you used to
Yeah.
push the thing away, and then you used to have to do this dancing. I did it once, and I was so cringed by it. I thought I'm never ever going to do that ever again.
It turns out, Baz, that you are the biggest bullshitter. You are the victor. You take a 2-1 lead in this, and we will do it again because it's fun.
We'll keep going forever.
So yeah, so it won't be every episode. This isn't now the new format.
Yeah.
But yeah, Baz wins by 11.5 to 7.
Yeah.
It looks like 8, but I cheated and put an
It's
extra
kind
one
of
on.
weird though, because it's like it's a bit of a hollow victory being the best bullshitter, because it means like you never trust me again.
Well, you say you're actually you're just better at identifying my bullshit.
Yeah, and in fairness, like, as I said earlier, you gave me a load of reasons to make up stuff that you should trip over.
So
By
it's-
tripping me over, I mean, I've literally face-planted on quizzes that we've done and stuff like this.
So yeah, it's more that I am the worst bullshitter.
Yeah.
Than you're the best bullshitter.
Yeah.
So anyway, as we specified earlier, the prize for this quiz is Baz gets to keep my skull. So on that bombshell, that's where we'll leave it for this week and potentially forever if I've got to donate my skull.
I'd rather have your eyes because I like blue.
That's a very good point.
Yes.
Can you not just take my underpants rather than my eyes? Anyway, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, do all that kind of stuff. And if you want to buy us a pint, because we're both out of beer now. So go to buymeacoffee.com/mildlypod and buy us a beer.
Can I add one thing?
Yeah.
Go back and look at previous episodes because, like, quite often we reference stuff that we've spoken about in the past in nearly every episode. Yeah. But yeah, go back and like look at all the episodes. So we did the conspiracy theory one. Yeah. We've done this twice before as well because I'm now 2-1 down. So go and have a look at that one. Even if you like us but don't like the podcast, just download everything we've ever done because it helps. Yeah. So cheers. All right. Thanks very much. Goodbye.